Maybe asked by a buyer to roll equity into your business sale. That's a really popular strategy in the private equity world, where the seller maintains some percentage of equity ownership in the business. Basically, it's a form of showing that you're standing behind the business and that you think it's going to continue to do well. And it's a lot of times that we see it's actually really nice for people when they're selling their business. They call it another bite at the apple, where they do one sale, but they keep some equity. Then hopefully the business does well and continues to grow, and they get the second sale again, another bite of the apple. Now, this strategy, very popular in private equity, like we said, was not allowed in the SBA funded world. So typically the 5 million below, or even 7.5 to 10 million below world. But there were some recent changes. It wasn't allowed at all up until about 2 years ago. It was finally allowed that sellers could maintain some equity in their businesses after they sell it. But then there were some issues with the rules that made it logistically not workable, even though it was technically allowed. And that was fixed in December of 2024. So I think this is something that you're going to see become a lot more common in the small business sales space. And this strategy can be used to get a higher valuation for your business. So if you're willing to keep some equity in the business, it shows that you believe in it and that you believe it can grow. It can help you with taxes because you defer a portion of your sale. Since taxes are marginal, that's going to lower your tax rate likely, so it can be more tax efficient. And if you think the business is on a good path, it's a good investment. You're going to have to go and invest the proceeds from your sale anyway. So whether you go and invest it in businesses through investing in, say, the S&P 500, or you invest it in a business by maintaining some of your equity holdings in your current business. So if you think your business is on a good trajectory, it's just time for you to retire, this can be a really good strategy. And often you might find that just the increase in value that you get by offering to keep a portion of equity in the business might actually raise the price of the business by almost as much as what you give away. So, if you offer to keep 10% and roll 10% into the business, that might give a 10% lift to the valuation. So basically you ended up with the same amount of cash at the end of the day, and you have that equity left. So like we said, this is a new strategy out there. It's not going to be right for every sale, but there are definitely sales out there where this is going to work really well. So if you need help structuring your sale, working with someone that can help really find the best way to try to maximize value, reach out and we can help.